Mrs Thatcher told the Commons that Britain regretted the expulsions. Neil Kinnock said she'd become an apologist for apartheid by not actually condemning it. The journalists involved are Gareth Furby of Independent Radio News and Paul Weaver of the Today newspaper. The South African authorities accuse Mr Weaver of writing emotionally laden and exaggerated reports. Also today, the leading anti-apartheid activist Alan Bosak said that Nelson Mandela is prepared to compromise with the South African government over the terms of his release. However, the jail black leader told Dr Bosak that the government must still lift the state of emergency. And Mandela's closest colleague Walter Sisulu has given a warning that the ANC won't immediately give up its armed struggle.
Walter Sisulu returned to South Africa and to a welcome from his newly legalised organisation, the African National Congress. But he arrived home amid some confusion over whether his lifelong colleague Nelson Mandela was demanding the government meet preconditions for his release. Mr Sisulu himself seemed uncertain.
We are not quite sure of Mr. Mandela's position. We are going to make attempts to contact him and have a full statement from him.
But in Cape Town, the senior minister negotiating with Mr. Mandela spoke of the urgency of his release.
But I emphasize again that several phrases in the statement of the state president in this regard emphasized the government's sense of urgency concerning the release of Mr. Mandela.
Clarification of Mr. Mandela's position came after the Reverend Alan Bosak had his first ever meeting with the ANC leader.
If they come in here and they tell him now, we are releasing you, he will not hold on to the chairs and the tables and kick and say, I won't come out. But he will warn them, if you do release me and the conditions that we have met, we have put have not been met, I will be obliged to make a statement on those conditions.
So the ball is back in the government's court and the expectations of Mr. Mandela's freedom are again on the rise. Kevin Dunn, ITN, South Africa.